Hello, everyone. I'm ZHAO Chuang. Let's draw the hind limbs of Allosaurus today. The hind limbs of Allosaurus looked very much like the legs of a bird. It had for structures, the upper thigh and calf, the downward foot, which were also the metatarsus, equivalent to the sole of a human foot, and the toes. When walking, it used its toes. It had 4 toes on its hind feet. The inner big toe, that was the first toe, was very small but with a sharp claw. The other 3 toes were thick, and used for walking. When walking, its first toe didn't touch the ground. We should pay attention to this point. Now, let's get started. Allosaurus had 4 toes on its hind limbs, the first of which was very small. Therefore, when drawing its feet, if we want to show all 4 toes, we can only choose an angle similar to that of our hand facing forward, and observe it from the inside and front. Let's draw its feet. We draw this picture beginning with its calf, and its ankle starts from here. The ankle, followed by the ankle joint, and the metatarsal bones. Allosaurus had 5 metatarsal bones, 3 of which made up the metatarsus body. The metatarsal bone was analogous to the metacarpal bone that grew on the foot, which was equivalent to the sole of a human foot. The middle metatarsal bone was the longest, and the side ones were shorter. These 3 in order were the second, third and fourth. Just now, we've mentioned that it had 5 metatarsal bones. The first one evolved into a triangle, which was tightly attached to the second, creating such a structure. The 5th one got very small, forming a very short flat plate at the ankle, which was relatively backward, and was the degenerated 5th toe. Therefore, Allosaurus had only 4 toes, visible on the surface. After understanding the metatarsal bones, let's draw its phalanges. First, we draw its second toe. Its second toe consisted of 2 bones with a joint in the middle, followed by its claw. The third toe had 3 bones and was the longest of all toes. The 4th toe had 4 bones, the middle 2 of which were very short, and the 4th toe was the thinnest of the just mentioned 3. We draw the shape of the instep of the foot first, and then draw its toenails. Fossils show it had curved, sharp claws, but not sharp when alive, as it often walked on its back feet, and wore down part of its toenails. It couldn't retract its nails like a cat, making it look like a dog's paw, with a worn portion at the front. On both sides, there were blood grooves for fixing keratins, and accommodating blood vessels. Clinging to the toenails were the fat pads below. These were the 3 load-bearing toes, also known as functional toes. When walking, its first toe left the ground, and didn't or rarely touched the ground. The first toe had only a bone, and then the claw. Since the claw didn't touch the ground, we can draw it sharper. We can draw some large bird-like scales on the back of its toes, and the scales ended at the base of the toes. The large scales reappeared on the instep, the metatarsal bones, and then slowly became smaller and narrower. Good, like this, we finished drawing the hind limbs of Allosaurus.